I'm Amy Butler. I reside in Ocean View. I was born and bred in Ocean View, and Ocean View is the only home that I know. I grew up in Pypiehof, in the Blokker, and then we moved in 2000. We moved to Lapland, where we had to live in a two-room bungalow. I remember my dad bringing through different building material through the train, through the bus, and my dad built our house from scratch. So we started not with everything. We're not a rich family, but I remember we always had food on our table, and I remember my dad has worked very hard for us. So everything that I have, it comes through sweat and blood. And we didn't always have it easy. I remember when I was in matric, my dad just lost his job that he has worked for 20 years at the textile company, and my dreams were shattered because I always had hopes and dreams to study. And when my dad got retrenched, I thought, what now? How now? And I told myself that I'm not going to work. I'm not going to take a gap year. I simply need my goal is in sight, and I need to reach my goal. And I remember it was October, and the closing date for university was in August. And I told myself, remember your dream, remember your goal. And that I decided, my dad gave me money to go to Cape Town, and I went to apply. And I remember I was so determined. I actually had all my certificates that I gathered from primary school until grade 12. I had it just to show the university that I'm determined, I want this. And luckily for me, I got accepted. And because science is my passion, my first choice was education, and my second choice was chemical engineering. Chemical engineering was something that I wanted to do since grade 8 until grade 12. And then Mr. Klein called me in grade 12 in biology, and he asked me, what are you doing after school? And I said, I want to be a chemical engineer. And he told me, consider teaching. And that I left at the back because I was still determined I want to be a chemical engineer. And the day when I had to register, I told my mom, I got in with my first choice education, but I want to do chemical engineering. And I remember going to the education faculty, and my mom asked me, are you sure about this? So I said, no, I need to go to the chemical engineer faculty. I need to see if this is because I need to make a choice. And strangely enough, I had this at the end of grade 7 and the end of grade 12, teachers used to write on the shirts of learners. And strangely enough, it struck a nerve. And I can remember that Mr. Oppold, who was my grade 7 teacher, who is now the principal of Kleinburg, he wrote on my shirt, see you in 10 years' time as a teacher. And when I've done my calculations, I actually seen that must be a prophecy, that he saw something in me in grade 7, Mr. Klein saw something in me in grade 12. So I told the professors, I'm sorry, I'm going with my first choice, I'm going to the education faculty. And I'm now in my 10th year of teaching at Ocean View Secondary School. I'm very passionate, I'm still passionate about science, and I chose to go into the stream of science. My majors were mathematics, physical sciences, and computer sciences. And there I actually saw the strength of women, because all my lecturers were strong women in science. And I told myself, no man, I've never seen this picture. I always thought that my duty and my right to be a female is to have kids, to get married, and to be a housewife. I thought that was it. And strangely enough, when I saw the outside world, toe ek oor die heuwel gaan, ons is agter die berg, toe ek oor die heuwel gaan, and I saw, but here's a different world out there for us. And then I remember my dad had to take me to Tissue train station 5:30 every morning. I traveled 4 to 5 hours a day. I was that determined. And getting up early was nothing for me because I had this goal in mind. And 5:30, then I had to travel to Cape Town, take a train to Bellville. And there I would come just before 7 o'clock and they would ask me, waar vandaan kom jy? Waar is Ocean View? No one knew where Ocean View were. And I was like shocked. Ek is aan in die Kaap, ek is aan hier, ek is aan up the line. So, and everyone thought that Ocean View is Grabouw uit. But Ocean View is actually in Cape Town at the point where it all started, the two oceans meet, there's Ocean View. And I'm always, and I will always be proud, I was always proud and confident of where I come from. I was never shy. And in actual fact, I actually brought 2 students with me to do teaching practice here. And it was the first time that lecturers had to come this way to Ocean View. And it was difficult for me to get a school because all the schools, and I'm the only person needing to do teaching practice, you need to be a minimum of 3 learners. It was difficult for me. But eventually I managed for them to come to Ocean View. But I was always the girl from Ocean View who was there on campus at 5. And I came home about 7 o'clock at night. And people learn, parents come to school and ask, wie is jy? Ek ken nie vir jou, is jy van Ocean View? Yes, I'm from Ocean View. No one saw me because I was traveling so many hours to reach my goals. As a girl child, I realized and I discovered this on an early age that we have a lot of odds against us as females. And the only way out for us is through education. Our women is being abused, they are raped, they are stripped from their dignity. And education is the only way and the only tool which can restore the dignity of females. And I believe that finances shouldn't be an issue for you to reach your goals. It is there, it is reachable, it's up to you. I've become so driven. I've reached a new stage in my life where my degree is not enough anymore. And so currently I am a teacher, I am a lecturer, I teach night school, ABET level 4, and I am a first year student doing forensic science and technology. And then I'm a wife and I'm a mother. And I don't feel, someone asked me the other day, how do you manage everything? So I said, time management is important, and if you want to get something in life, you will go beyond all, nothing will be a hindrance for you because your goal is there. And the reason why I wanted to study forensic science, and it is mainly to see that our people get justice, because I feel criminology is an aspect that affects us directly, and we need people to represent us. If there's investigations that needs to be done, we need to make sure that there's quality investigators out there. So that is one passion that I have, that is justice for our people. And I wanted to study something in law, and forensic investigation was one of the things that came up. I'm so happy I've done this, because the rules and the laws, and when I look at the evictions taking place, and now with the studying, I realize, but I know my rights. I know to be evicted, there need to be a court order for people to be evicted, but our people don't know their rights, and they're just not happy, but they are satisfied with the injustice being done against it. And I believe that through education, by educating ourselves, we will start to heal our community as a whole. In my classroom, I don't focus only and solely on the syllabus. I make opportunity in every lesson to teach a life, because there's things that the textbook don't teach our kids, and there's things that the kids just simply can't go home and ask their parents. And that is like, what is to be an adult and what is out there for them. And I stop my lesson and to teach life, to give them advice, to guide them, because our role is to guide our learners. And I'm always hopeful, and I tell them every lesson that you have potential. You can become great. There's greatness within you. And something that I've learned, that a teacher can make or break a learner. And my sole duty here at Ocean View Secondary School is to uplift, to motivate, to encourage, to tell them there's better, because we have been given the opportunity. We are the only species who have been given the opportunity to make our own decisions in life. And I believe that we have choices. And I believe as an educator, I need to guide those learners to make the correct choices. And I'm so proud to see. I went to Marine Primary School the other day, and I saw an ex-pupil of mine walking past me as a teacher. That was the best moments in my teaching career, to see that somehow what you say in class, some learners actually get a hold of that. No matter what people say, no matter what the media say about Ocean View, I believe there's greatness in Ocean View, and I believe Ocean View is great. There is a small minority of criminality that's happening in Ocean View, but that doesn't define us as a community. We are great. We will become greater. And with education, I believe that people have options to make better choices, but now they don't have education, they don't make better choices because they have no other option. So if there's education, they will have more options. And that options will be all positive options and choices for them to buy. So this is my home. I've never felt loved anywhere else. But when I step into Ocean View, I immediately feel that I belong. I am loved. I'm wanted, I'm needed in this community. And something drastic needs to happen for me to move out of Ocean View. But I'm here to stay because I want to see change taking place in my lifetime. I don't want to read the news, but I want to be here when change takes place. And I'm not going to say, doesn't matter what who say about Ocean View. To me, Ocean View is a gem with so much talent and so much greatness within it that still need to be discovered. And I'm sick and tired of the graveyard being enriched with lost potential. And I believe that we will see leaders rising up in Ocean View. People, the new generation will stand up and say, but we won't tolerate for anything less than the best. Ek is Afrikaans huistaal. Ek was in 'n Afrikaanse klas my hele lewe, en ek het altyd gevoel dat die Engelse klas is beter. En ek het altyd gevoel dat ons moet kompeteer met die Engelse kinders. En ek weet nie hoekom was die idee daar nie, en is nou nog hierso. Dat ons Afrikaanse kinders voel dat daar is dat English is superior en Afrikaans is inferior. En dit is nie die geval nie. Ek is van Ocean View, ek is Afrikaans, en ek het university toe gegaan en ek het my mengels gepraat. En ek het gepraat hoe ek groot geraak het, en ek het nie gechange om in te pas nie. My Engels het nie raw geraak nie, en my Engels is ook nie perfect nie, maar dit het nie vir my gesit dat ek les is daaraan. En as ek kyk, dat ek was altyd in die top 3, tot in matriek was ek in die top 3 en ek was in 'n Afrikaanse klas. En ek voel dat ons moet die mentality moet ons let go, dat Engels is beter as Afrikaans, want die is iets wat seker uniek is aan Ocean View, waar ons dink dat Engels is superior as Afrikaans, en die kinders raak so groot van, die kinders word groot in Afrikaans huis, nou word die kinders geforseer om in Engels se klas te gaan, en ons doen nie kinder injustice om vir hom te leer in 'n taal wat nie sy huistaal is nie. So ons moet die mentality, moet ons let go, dat Engels is superior in Afrikaans, die is ons moedertong, en ek is so lief vir die idee dat as kinders weier om te sê dat ek praat Afrikaans, die is my taal. En I encourage it. Ek wil hê dat hulle moet lief raak vir hulle taal. En met my eie kinders, hulle praat nou Engels, van hulle pa is Engels. Maar ek praat nog altyd Afrikaans met my kinders, want ek wil hê hulle my moedertong moet hulle verstaan en hulle moet die taal verstaan. En ek het ook toe ek universiteit toe gaan toe besef ek, maar daar is woorde wat ons gebruik in Ocean View wat uniek is aan Ocean View. And how I deal with failure, I think failure is a tool that's been embedded in us to improve where we have gone wrong. So if you have failed anywhere in your life, there's always opportunity for you to do better. And I have lots of failures in my life, and I didn't let that failures dictate who I will be and where I find myself today. And Nelson Mandela gives this beautiful quote to say, I never lose. I win or I learn. So whatever your failure, your circumstances at home is, you win or you learn from it. So whatever failure you encounter in your life, you can accept it as a defeat or you can learn from it. You learn from other people's failure. You can see the unemployment rate in Ocean View. Don't drop out of school just to go find out if it's really true. Because you can see people in our community who has dropped out of school, and you don't need to do the same in order for you to see what the end result will be. So, and another aspect where I feel that where I get to live and to be a teacher and my passion comes out is when I teach the night school. And something that I always tell them, you know what? You have a second opportunity in life. I'm glad that you came back and you realize now how important education is, because you went through the route, you dropped out, but then you saw the end results. And I'm happy when I see my night school learners. They are so full of life. They really want to make a change in their life. So change is happening in Ocean View. We might not see it, but change is busy happening. And I want to be here to see that change. If I have to lose everything that I have, how I will move forward tomorrow? To me, it's simple. Anything materialistic is not of any importance to me. But what I have, what no one can take away, is my education, my dignity, my values, and what my parents have taught me and instilled in me. My knowledge, no one can strip that away from me. So if I lose, I can lose everything in this world, because what is inside is more valuable as what is in the outside, and my earthly possessions, because the earthly possessions is here for a short while, but what we have in our soul, that is what is important for me. When I went to university, I had 3 role models that I looked up to, and that was Miss Melanie Sadik, who she was my chemistry lecturer. That's a lady who brought passion to the job. She instilled that we are valuable beings, that we can make a difference. And when I saw her, I saw this woman, she speaks my language, sy praat Afrikaans, sy verduidelik in Afrikaans, and she speaks Kaps. And this is my people representing and teaching me. And that was one of the role models. She would always still encourage us on Facebook and say that you are going to make a change in science, and you are a woman in science. And that is what stood out for me. And she will be my role model forever. And then it was Miss Lucretia Davis who taught me computer sciences at university. A very passionate, dedicated there. I learned what time management is, because she was everything had an order, had a structure, and she was always just the way she carried herself with so much pride and the care she took in herself. And And then I had Miss Bassadin, she was our mathematics lecturer. And this was all females that made that difference in me to see that we are valuable. We are valuable and we are needed in the society. There is place for females in the society. Even if it's male dominated, there is room for you as a woman. They will make way for you. And on top of it, we need more leaders. We need women leaders. And I'm proud and happy to say that in my own right, I'm one of those female leaders in my community. I see Ocean View in 30 years' time. Even though statistics may be out there, even though the crime rate increase, I am an optimist. And I refuse to see Ocean View in a negative space in 30 years' time. I believe there will be a paradigm shift. There will come about change. And leaders will arise, things will change for the better, because we will have more options. We will have criminality won't be the only option our youth will have. There will be job opportunities that we will create. We will establish businesses. We will employ our own, seeing that the government can't give employment to our youths. I think that it's about time that we raise up businesses, we establish businesses in Ocean View to employ Ocean View's people, and Ocean View will be great again. Ocean View, I believe, will be restored to its original form, where children can play outside freely. Children will be able to be children. And I believe that the criminality elements will, with time, they will work themselves out, because we will have the mentality as people of Ocean View that we want only the best. And whoever is here with a criminal element, they will feel out. They will see there's no business for them in Ocean View, because we can make better choices. We have a choice. Will we buy stolen goods, or will we go and buy at someone who established a business in Ocean View? We have that opportunity to make better choices. I see Ocean View as a beacon of hope to the other surrounding communities, that change is possible. Change can happen for the better, for the good. And I believe that we will be a beacon of hope, that our past and our current situation won't determine where we will be in the next 30 years.